Hello my lovelies, welcome to Red Ruby Tarot. I'm really excited to bring this pick a card reading with you today. It's one of my favourites and it's what do you need to hear. So we've got pile number 1, which is blessings, pile number 2, which is change, or pile number 3, which is community. Remember, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you find this pick a card reading, it's completely timeless. Notice if you feel instantly drawn to the colours in the cards, maybe the images, or maybe the colours of the crystals. It could be that there's a couple of piles that really you feel drawn to, but my advice on this reading is to go with your gut instinct. So pause the video if you need to, use the timestamps below to get into the reading and jump to your pile. So pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3, and I look forward to seeing you there. Hello, my lovely pile number 1. I'm really excited to have you here. Okay, so let's get shuffling those cards. So what do you need to hear in this pick a card reading? What do you need to hear? Let's have a look. Okay, there is a sliding door moment. I'm not even going to shuffle the cards anymore because I can feel some real strong power coming through. There is a sliding door moment here. You can take the safer option, okay, but it's not the easiest one. And this needs a lot of cards for this reading, okay. I've got this sense this needs a lot of cards. Really interesting, we have some in reverse as well. So I can see an image that's coming through, something like a bar, pub type place. There's something going on here. Maybe you're having a conversation with someone, maybe it's somewhere you've been recently, maybe it's something you're planning to do, but this is linked to your sliding door moment. Now if you don't know what a sliding door moment is, if you haven't seen them in films or read about it in books, it's kind of like a door that you go through and your life changes forever. So on this subject, I can see here that you're going to do lots of research. You're hanging around, you're waiting, you are taking some time and researching everything. The problem with this option, okay, if you take this option, is there's absolutely no coming back from it. Okay, so you will be trapped here. You really will. And you know that you're going to get some stability if you go here, but there's also a lot of risk. There's a lot of risk involved personally to you and maybe to other people, but there's also a thrill and a kind of, yeah, just like a desire to go into this area. And that's what, when you think about what this might be, really see that image of like the pub or the bar, or there's some kind of cozy corner where two people have been discussing this similar situation. And maybe a couple of people will tell you about this kind of scenario where you could get into an area in your life. You could get bored with it though, and this is the problem. If you get bored, there is no coming back. Okay, so when you think about, it's definitely not conventional. It's definitely conventional in terms of what it is. So you could get bored, but there is no coming back. Okay, so it's kind of like you go through, that's it. I get a real sense that the excitement is what is drawing you to it. So there's some feeling of excitement, there's some feeling of being reborn again, something completely new. But like I say, take your time with this. There's definitely some fire, maybe there's some Aries signs, some Leo, some Sagittarius, and there's some creativity here. Now, you realise that this moment is something that you're actually grateful for finding out about. So it's good that you know about it. It's good that you've learnt about it, because it's going to potentially open up whole new doors. And although it may open up whole new doors, it may also close the door on that and you will decide to open a completely different door. So the other option, okay, that has been coming up in conversation is not an easier option, okay? So the safer option means a lot more things. Mostly the cards are showing me that consistent work is needed, but it is exciting, but it's not as exciting as the other option because you're not looking for a quick fix. Okay, so you're taking your time here, you really are. You're taking your time, you're thinking things through, and I mean, you're going to feel this real sense of dilemma. Like, what do I do? So there's no urgency here. Like, take your time, think it through, talk it through. And if you take the other option that's safer, okay, you're going to decide that small movement in the right direction that's safer. It feels safer for your family, safer for you. It's not going to be a situation where you go into it and you can't come back. So that's the sliding door. If you go through, you're not going to be able to come back. You're going to get everything you want and more, but you are not going to be able to come back. The second option, you're going to be able to come back from. Okay, and you're going to be able to integrate it into your life now. It's just a bit harder. Okay, so your why is because you don't want to keep living so close to the wind financially or emotionally. You need to make some changes here. That's what the cards are showing me. Okay, you want some stability. You really, really do. And, you know, you want to be inspired. You want something fantastic to happen, but the conventional may be the way. Okay, so it may be a bit more of a conventional way of living that can kind of fit into your life, and you're going to have to work harder. Now, I really feel like I need to get some more cards and a bit more clarity on this. So I'll finish with the self-care cards, because I always like to finish with those and what you need to do to help yourself with this situation. But if we just pull out another oracle card, see if we get another message that comes up here. Love. So when you think about your sliding door, option 1 is the one that you can't come back from. This is the option 2 that has love. So the option 2 definitely has love with it. That's what Spirit's saying to me. So think about which one is going to bring more love into your life. Not just love personally to you, but love to all of those around you. Okay. And I think if we choose one more oracle card just to get a bit more. Now, this is the interesting thing about general pick a card readings. Like, you may be thinking, what is this? If it doesn't resonate, you need to leave it. But if this is you, I'm telling you, you'll know exactly what I'm on about with this reading. Like, you will totally get it. So trickery. And again, this instantly comes out as this is the first sliding door. Okay, there'll be some element of trickery. Now, it may not be obvious straight away, but it's definitely there, 110%. So take your time. I'd love to hear in your comments of the video what this situation was about for you, what you noticed about it. But we definitely need to finish with that self-care card, just to remind you, whilst you're contemplating, and I'm not saying whether you should take the first sliding door or the second, but whilst you're contemplating it, take some time. Oh, this one was upside down, so we are taking this one. It is clear your energy field. So maybe put some lovely smelling aromas in your house, maybe light some candles, maybe get some crystals around you. Clear your energy field and you will know which door you need to take here. I absolutely love this risky reading. It did feel quite risky. I absolutely loved giving you this reading. And I really hope it resonates for you, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to pile number 2. So in this reading, what do you need to hear? So let's see what Spirit is sending us through the deck. What is it that you really need to hear? Okay. So I can already see like 2 cups of tea, 2 women chatting over 2 cups of tea. These women have known each other for a very, very, very long time, extremely long time. Okay, now something tricky keeps happening because you keep going around in a circle, going off track with this person, but it's actually key to where you're meant to be going. Now, this doesn't make any sense yet, but Spirit will guide us what I'm saying. So you feel like you keep going around in circles, you've got similar ideas with this person, you've got similar energy, but it's taking you off track. Okay, so let's look here at the 10 of Cups. Now, what we've got coming through is what's important to you is your home and your family. You're trying to do something. that is building a bigger sense of meaning here for you, maybe building your family up, maybe expanding it in some way, maybe just getting a bit more love in the family, but you're trying to do something that's going to help. But this person keeps taking you off track. Now, the good thing is there is a secret key to where you're meant to be going, okay? And with the devil, we've got here straight away coming through that this person has got similar ideas, but they're not your ideas, and you have to find your ideas. So you've got to find your uniqueness. So that there is a challenge here with this devil card. Like I say, you've got similar energies. You both want your life to be bigger. You both want your home life to be bigger and everything to be more amazing. But you have to find your own uniqueness. So what does that mean? That means taking a little bit of time. You want recognition from other people. You want people to recognize you, but you've got to recognize you first. So you've got to work out what that uniqueness is, and then that's how you're going to work out what it is that you need to do next. Okay, and interestingly, I've only just looked at this card. It's changed. So there is some change there. And like I just said, there's no longer, you're going to stop going around in these circles. You can still have this person in your life. Like, you don't have to spend less time with them. You don't have to get rid of them. You can still have this person in your life. Okay. But this situation is making you feel weak. You are going around in circles. It's making you feel like, really? You've got to do this all again. Groundhog Day. Nothing's changed in my life. I get up, I do this, I do that. It's the same thing. Okay. So take a bit of time. Now, what Spirit's saying is, with your uniqueness, okay, there's some creativity here. There's some joy, there's some fun, and there is some like stability, like you want stability. This other person is maybe a bit different from you. If you take your time and have a look, you will find that this person is a little bit different. So you can bounce your ideas, you can bounce your energies together, but then work out, where are you going? Okay, so she can't see where she's going here. She's stuck. She's not moving anywhere with the Two of Swords. She's like trapped. Just like really not happy. But you're going to get there, okay? You're going to get there with some learning. You're going to get there with some pushing forward. You are going to get there with holding on to what you know. This is not necessarily clinging on to possessions, the Four of Pentacles. It's not necessarily about keeping all your money, keeping everything. Maybe you're going to spend some money on some more courses to do some more learning, but you're going to hold on to what you actually know. So it's like a growth process of working out, who am I, what is unique to me, and that's what your focus needs to be right now. It really, really does. And then you're going to hold on to that, and then you're going to be able to get through and make the change that you need. So let me pull you an oracle card. I really feel like a couple of oracle cards are going to help here, and then we'll pull a self-care card at the end to remind you what you need to be doing in this process. Okay, miracles. Now it feels like when we're completely stuck, we either do one of two things. We say we're completely stuck and we're not going anywhere, or we need a miracle to happen. Okay, so this is actually reminding you that miracles do happen. They really, really do. Yes, we have to put some energy into it and believe that force, but miracles really do. And sometimes it's about the belief that you can change and then push forward with it. So I think that's fantastic that card has come out for you, because actually it's like the opposite of how you're feeling right now. Like, there's no miracles. I'm going around in circles. Everything is the same. Even though I'm having these great conversations, these cups of teas with my lovely friend that I adore, and we've got big dreams, we're not going anywhere. But miracles are going to happen. Okay. As long as you focus on your uniqueness, work out, what have you got going for you that is going to get you to where you need to go to? And expansion. Yeah, fantastic card. So the spirits are saying you just need to expand. Expand on your situation right now, what it's been like, how can it be bigger? And in this process, it can be quite tricky. So what you need to hear right now, the situation, change is hard, changes, can feel difficult when you first start. It's a bit like how I like to talk about changes. Imagine you're going down that ski slope on a set of skis in the snow. That first time you go down, it's going to be hard. You're going to wobble off the skis. You're going to be like, I can't do this. But the second time or the third time that you take that track has already been made for you a little bit. So it's going to get easier to expand. This is what the main card coming through. This is what you need. It's that belief in the miracle that can actually happen. So yeah, if you chose this pile, I bet you've been going around in circles. Let me know. Like I say, take what resonates. If this resonates for you, I really look forward to reading your comments. And pleasure. So again, I talked about change being really hard. Like everything can feel hard. There is pleasure in your life right now. Not everything in your life is difficult right now. So find that gratitude for what is already pleasurable and do a little bit more of what's pleasurable whilst you sort this situation out. You know, so life is meant for fun. We're meant to enjoy it. And sometimes we just need to find that pleasure and kind of take a step out of the circle for a period of time. Find your uniqueness. Find what makes you. And then you're going to be able to go back into this situation. So I absolutely love doing this reading for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye, lovelies. Hello, welcome, lovely pile number 3. So what do you need to hear in this pick a card reading? And if you chose this pile, you chose the word community. So I'm sure there's going to be some messages from spirit about that. But I already feel what's coming through. Okay, so you're thinking small. You're trapped in a box. But this reading is going to show you how to get out. Look at the cards. Wow. Okay, we have some amazing major arcana cards here. And so imagine this kind of like small box. I see a room, I see a small bedroom in a very small house. Okay, there's a lot of love in the house. There's some great relationships in this house, but you spend a lot of time in this small room. Okay, so something that has kept you not only thinking small, being stuck in this small room, is a kind of mixture of someone has been keeping you in that place, maybe someone or something, and also your own self-belief. So there's a situation here or someone that's been in front of you that has been keeping you back, implying that this is how your world needs to be. However, you can see from this card reading straight away, these powerful images, even if you don't know what they mean, you can see that there is some great power that you are going to be sitting in very soon. You are going to start being an absolute boss. You might not believe me, you might be laughing. Okay, you might be thinking, how? I'm like just me stuck in this small room. But honestly, stuff is about to happen here. Okay, but there's some things that you need to do before you can really change into this boss. Okay, so before you can change into this boss person, things need to change. Now, some of it I can see it is about kind of these relationships. It is about making new connections. You're going to meet someone in the very near future that just reminds you of those endless possibilities, and they take you into new situations. Okay, so this person is going to help you think about new situations and how you can get out of this small way of thinking. All right, so it's really just a case of carrying on with your normal life, and then you'll notice that this happens and you're like, aha, I remember that in the reading. Okay, so magic is about to happen here. There's a whole new cycle. So the Magician card, there is a whole new cycle for you that is going to happen. Okay, and like I say, with the Emperor, it's like boss, you're bossing up, you're taking charge, you are getting out of this small-minded situation, not only the small room. Now, you may be thinking, okay, but I'm stuck and I don't know what I'm going to do. But the second thing that you need to do is just get really clear on what that next stage looks like. And at this moment in time, it's going to be very hard. But once you take that first step, so once you take that first stepping stone, if you imagine those lovely, like, have you ever been in one of those lovely gardens that are all well taken care of, and you've got those stepping stones that go in a beautiful pattern? Once you take that first step, you're going to then see other things happen. Okay, so you're going to be like, aha, and I know where the next step is. It's definitely going to involve love of some kind. So the Ace of Cups, it could be that you're going into some kind of healing business. It could be that maybe you're doing something like massage, or maybe you're going to do some kind of therapy. But there's something involving love where you're like, okay, I'm taking this first step, and then the next step and the next step will come into play. However, you have to find some gratitude for where you're at right now. Okay, so if we've got a kind of unrealistic pressures that we've put on ourselves, but actually if you look at your life and you go, okay, why am I here? If you take the time, you will clearly be able to see why you were in this small place. Like I say, it's something or a situation that has been holding you back. It's not necessarily your fault. However, now that this is in your window of vision and you can see it, you've got the opportunity now to actually step forward with this stuff. So once that's in your mind, you're like, okay, I know what's happening now, I need to move forward. Okay, so with the Hierophant, you've got determination. So you're going to need some determination. You're also going to need a mentor. Okay, and this is what I mean by community. Someone you're going to meet is going to give you these ideas, but you need a mentor. You need somebody that's going to guide you through and give you some ideas and be like, okay, you can do this. Maybe someone to believe in you a little bit. And that's how we get to that confidence stage. It's not only by taking action and knowing that we can do things, but it's often having someone behind us, like gently pushing us, holding us, guiding us. Okay, but you've got to find that gratitude for where you are right now, and then calm yourself. And then you're going to be able to get that laser focused next stage. You're going to start to get really clear on what you want, what you don't want, and what needs to come out of your life, what needs to clear in your path, so that you can just gently step on these stones. Okay, and it's not necessarily going to be really simple. You might have to go one way a little bit and then go another way. But I mean, I just absolutely love this reading for you. If you chose pile number 3, you're going to get out of this box. So let me choose an oracle card, see what meaning comes through here. So just take your time. If you're like really all the ideas are whizzing over your head about this reading, take your time and just forget about everything I've said and focus on the cards. And I'm going to stop and we're going to see. Recovery. Wow. Okay. So there's some recovery that's needed from your situation. So like I said, if there's someone or something that's been holding you back, there's going to be a need of an element of recovery here, so you can get over what it was that was holding you back. So taking a little bit of time, finding that key. And one of the keys I talked about is getting some perspective. One of the keys I mentioned is getting some gratitude, and then really finding that mentor that's going to help you. But knowing that you need some recovery actually can be really helpful, because then you're not going to be too hard on yourself. Like I say, if we imagine this beautiful garden and we imagine these steps and just stepping along, it's a very gentle, leisurely, beautiful walk. It's nothing that, you know, is going to feel like, this is really difficult. It's just, I'm going at my own pace. I love that for you. I love that the spirits have sent me that image. So if you follow my channel, you'll notice that I bring lots of images in, because that's what I see in my mind. That's what I love in the cards. But we always get that little bit more. And wonders. Okay, so you're going to start to see some of the wonders of the world. Some of the things that you didn't know were even possible. And why I love that so much is if you think about being sort of small-minded, closed off, in a small room, maybe you literally have a small bedroom, this just doesn't get seen. Okay, so the wonders of the world just don't get seen because you're too thinking in one way. So this is fantastic. You're going to absolutely love this, and it'll be like what's those moments called where you get like a moment that comes over you and you're like, I call it a light bulb moment, but this is going to happen. Okay, for you, you're going to get some exciting wonders. So I want to finish with one self-care card. So this self-care card, I do it at the end, but this is where I want you to start. So after you go away and process this reading and think, okay, what resonated with me? I want you to think about this card first, okay? So this card, self-care, is what we need to do first. Positive affirmations. So it could be that you're not used to telling yourself that you love yourself, that you're great, that you're grateful for your life, and that you're brave, you know, all these things, and maybe lots of other things. So every day thinking about what positive affirmations can I say to myself. And I particularly like to do this when I'm brushing my teeth in the mirror. So I may say, I love you. I may say, you've got this, girl, today. I may say, you can do it. But look at yourself in the mirror whilst you're brushing your teeth. It's a great little memory, like link one habit with another, if that makes sense. So this is where you need to start, okay? And where you're going to end is you're going to have some fantastic community and you are coming out of your box. Please let me know in the comments if this resonated with you, if you were just like, yes, this is my reading. I really love to hear your comments, and thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. I will see you again soon. Take care.